If you've just come across Amazon FBA and you've discovered how much it can increase your earnings by, you're probably desperate to start selling as quickly as possible. But when might that actually be, I hear you ask? Well, there isn't really a simple answer, as it does vary from person to person. But in this video, I want to discuss the main factors at play and when it's likely that you should expect to start selling on the Amazon platform and making a profit. One of the biggest things that's going to impact how quickly you can start making some wonga is your chosen Amazon selling strategy. Arbitrage, wholesale, or private labeling, each of which comes with their own pros and cons that I've run through in a previous video. If you're starting with a smaller budget of under £1,000 and you're happy to do a bit more legwork, hunting around for products to sell, then the online arbitrage selling strategy is likely to be the one that's most suitable for you. And that has the benefit that you can start selling as soon as you've got your Amazon and business bank account set up and you've found some deals that you can flip on for a profit. Deals can be found online within a matter of hours, so if you really get your skates on, you could be selling and making a profit within 2 to 3 weeks. It's important to note though that whilst you can get selling really quickly with the online arbitrage selling method, you'll only be selling for as long as the deal that you found lasts. If you run out of inventory and you can't order more because the deal has ended, then you'll have to search for another product to sell, which can often take a bit of time to find and results in you going through blank periods where you're not making any money at all. If you've got a budget of up to £1,500 to spend and you're not interested in building your own brand and business, then you might choose the wholesale selling strategy. And that revolves around you purchasing a large quantity of units directly from a wholesaler and then selling on Amazon for a profit. Building relationships with wholesalers that have good products to sell, it takes time and it takes effort. And because of that, on average, it takes at least 8 weeks for people to start making money from wholesale products that they sell. So a bit longer than the arbitrage method, but at least once you find a decent supplier, you shouldn't experience long periods where you're not selling at all. For those of you with decent sized budgets of more than £1,500 and an interest in building your own brand and a business that you can hopefully one day sell for millions, you'll want to give the private label selling strategy a lot of consideration. This method requires the most time and effort up front, but once it's up and running, you'll find that you're able to generate profits every single day of the year without exerting too much brain power. As there's quite a lot of steps to follow with building a private label business, just learning exactly what there is to do and how to do it via a course such as the Smashers Academy, it can take up to 2 weeks. And following that, you'll then need to start searching for a product to sell, sourcing suppliers, and then putting your branded offer into production. From my experience in mentoring thousands of students over the years, the time that it takes to complete this part of the process, it varies massively, with some people finding and ordering a product to sell in as little as 4 weeks, and others taking a bit longer. Depending on the complexity of the product that you want to order, the manufacturing process could take a week or it could take a month. And depending on its size, you might decide to ship it by air or go for the cheaper option of sea, which take 2 weeks and 5 weeks respectively. So by the time that you've followed all of those steps, on average, you're looking at 10 to 12 weeks before you'll be ready to start selling. Although that might sound like a lengthier amount of time versus the other two options, the benefit of private label is that the majority of the work comes up front. As soon as you found a product that sells, every time you come close to running out of stock, you just need to reorder with your supplier rather than having to go through the process of finding new deals or wholesalers like you would with the other two options. Now, it's really important to note that the 3 timescales for each selling strategy that I just run through, they're not set in stone. And of course, there are many other factors that are going to impact how quickly you can start selling and making some money. Your overall confidence, previous experience, attitude to risk, and the amount of time that you put into the business each day, they're all going to play into the equation. And that could result in you selling on Amazon slightly quicker or a fair bit slower than the times that I've just run through. Regardless of how confident you feel and which selling strategy you decide to go with when selling on Amazon, you should always remember that what you're building is a real business and it's not a get-rich-quick scheme. Don't rush the process just so you can get to the point of making sales as quickly as possible, because in all likelihood, you'll make mistakes and end up selling products that just don't make a profit. Amazon isn't going anywhere, and as someone that's been selling on the platform for 4 years now, I can tell you that there is always going to be an opportunity to make money if you do things correctly. Use these timelines here to guide you on when you can start expecting to make money, but don't get downbeat if you find that you're taking longer than you'd like. Selling on Amazon is a marathon and it's not a race. Everybody's different, and your main focus should be reaching the point of selling altogether, rather than just getting to be a seller in the quickest time possible. If you want to do private labeling, which is the most scalable Amazon selling strategy, but you also want to experience what it's like to be a seller as quickly as possible, then you can consider doing online arbitrage as well. And that's a good way to start building funds and gaining experience as you learn how to create and then sell your own private label products at the same time. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Remember to subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.